This is a list of men I think you should stay away from if you're an educated girl in college. Military men. Heavy on that. Aspiring blue-collar workers. Men who think college is a scam. Overly religious men. Did I mention the military?
Oh, man. Oh, man alive. Warning! Beware sign. We should have a warning sign that pops up on the screen, like, you know, one of those blinking, like, warning signs that tells you, do not enter, bad news. Okay. Notice how she says, if you're a college educated woman, if you're fancy like me, you went to college. What'd you do, honey? Most people who go to college, by the way, learn nothing. Can I just say that? Unless you're in a specified trade, you learn nothing. You float around for 4 years. You drink, you behave badly. You get away with stuff that you're like, oh, college, I just bought myself 4 years to do nothing. You major in something you don't like that you never use, ever. And you come out and you're lost in space, right? You're like, well, I don't know. Like, as if no direction. It's playtime. It's like a 4-year, well, I'll study some stuff. Liberal arts is such a joke. I know because I did it. It's an experience. Don't get me wrong. You can have a good time, but don't act like because you went to college, you're in some superiority bracket over somebody else, because you're not. You're not. In fact, you're not as skilled as somebody who actually learned how to do something in those 4 years. Maybe they didn't go to college. They didn't go to the frat party. They didn't take, women's studies, but they learned how to fix cars, or they learned how to build homes, or they learned how to do something practical. They can do plumbing. So your toilet breaks and they come over and, $2,500 later, they're like, it's fixed. And you're like, oh, I don't know how to do anything, but I can read my women's studies book. I'm good at that. Duh. Stupid. Okay. I can't stand people who say that. Listen, I have a master's degree. It's useless. It was useless when I got it. I only got it because I got it for free because I got a scholarship, but it was useless. I was not smarter post-master's degree than I was before. In fact, I think I got a little dumber, if I'm being honest. I had to get street smarts back because I had been lost in space for 5 years in college, floating around, dumb. All right. She goes after military men. She goes after aspiring blue-collar workers. Ooh, what a superiority complex, honey, you have already. Nasty, unattractive. College is a scam, and the overly religious. So why these brackets of men? Why? Well, because these are men that you're going to have a hard time taking advantage of. Okay, military guys. Let's start with military guys. Now, why doesn't she like them? First of all, she's gonna say they don't have enough money. This is about money, right? This is about money, and this is about taking advantage. So they don't have enough money for her. Military. Oh, you wasting your time. You don't have enough money, right? She'd rather have a banker, or something like that, right? I'm sure of it. So also military guys are extremely disciplined. That's code for they're not taking your shit, right? They're not taking your shit. They have their priorities in order, military guys. They've been through war a lot of times. They've been through hard times. They've gone through, you've seen what they go through, these military guys, right? And I'm no fan of the, military industrial complex at all. So I'm not cheering on the people that are above, taking care of the military and all. There's a lot of shenanigans going on. But the guys themselves that enroll are often very well-intentioned, and they work their, right? And they come out disciplined, and they're just not, they're not going to take your shit, right? So you don't like that, right? You want a pushover, right? You want a pushover banker. You want a pushover banker who will hand you the cash, keep working, not be home a lot. You have your own life. You have a nice fancy house, whatever. You know what you want. Scheming. Nasty. Okay, so very insulting, by the way, what she's saying here. So, let's give it, but you want to dish it out, honey? Well, you got to learn how to take it. She doesn't like the aspiring blue-collar workers. Why? Because, again, she's associating that with not having enough money. Also, that's not always correct, because people would say blue-collar is construction. Blue-collar is plumbing. Some of these guys make a mint. Not only do they make a mint, but they have practical skills so that when something goes wrong in their house, they fix it. They don't have to call somebody in for $2,000, $5,000, $20,000. That roof's getting replaced by them. So, it's not always an accurate thing to say, oh, well, because they're aspiring. Maybe it's a guy who just really doesn't want to sit in an office like an idiot all day under blue lights, and he wants to learn how to use his hands. Maybe he's a real masculine guy. Notice how she's ripping on all the masculine men, military men, blue-collar workers. Those are masculine guys, right? They're working with their hands. They're the people who actually do things in society that fix your roads, your bridges, your roofs, your plumbing, your country when it's broken. No appreciation. Nasty. Then she goes after the guys who are overly religious. Also, why? Why? Because a religious guy is going to want a traditional family. A religious guy is going to want you, as a woman, to be a traditional wife. And he will be a traditional husband, but you don't want that responsibility because you're too inculcated in I don't need a man, and you're too inculcated in your feminist garbage that you don't want a religious guy to say, hey, listen, You can't be going out on girls' night out half naked. No. You don't want a religious guy to say, you know what, I want a family. And you guess what, honey, you're the wife. And I'm the husband, and you have duties as well. You don't want that check, right? And you also don't want the morality to have such a significant role in your house that your bad behavior gets called out consistently. Yeah, let's just say it. Okay. And the college is a scam because they associate that with like guys who are battling the system, right? First of all, college is a scam. It is largely a scam. And I just went through all that with you. It's a scam unless you're going to specialized school to learn a specialized skill. Everyone else is just floating, right? They are. But she associates that with like, she wants the banker, the Wall Street guy, the degree. She wants the fancy. She wants the fancy. She's telling you off bat. This is what this means. A woman who says, I don't want a military guy. I don't want a guy who says college is a scam. I don't want a religious guy. I don't want an aspiring blue-collar worker. She's telling you all she cares about is your money and her ability to walk all over you. That's it. And those other brackets are more inclined to be handy, to put their foot down, to care about traditional values, to be disciplined, and to not take her shit. So that's what this clip is about. Honey, you've been called out. Listen, you made a silly video, and now we had to do our job.